Hello. Wizardos here. The newest day of AOC 2024 has literally just landed, even though you can't see it here. And yeah, so I guess there's nothing else to do than just solve it. If you don't know what this is about, check out my first video or the first link in the description. You have there absolutely everything. And yeah, try to be as fast as possible because we are on day 22, so just 3 days of Christmas. But now, let's stop the talk, and off we go. Mayor Malware laughed hard at what he had done. Another scheme hatched, another scheme won. But the thought passed the mayor, the thought then passed twice. The list soon to come, the town's not your nice. He paced and he paced like the week of election, until that was it. A surprise mayor inspection. The list making worse, while it only seemed fair, would grant him temp access and account for mayor. The list makers agreed, understood the conditions. He logged on the next day to confirm his suspicions. Next day, when naughty list read, Mayor Malware, line 1, he read it with dread. As the conditions they gave, there's something they missed, as somehow and some way he accessed the list. Mayor Malware then smiled, as he'd find no blame. With this he would find a new home for his name. Alright, so that's the brief intro of the story. We're getting much closer to catching Mayor Malware. Have Mayor Malware naughty, nice. Learning objectives. Learn about Kubernetes, what is it and why is it used, about digital forensics and incident response, and the challenges that come with DFIR and FMAL environment. I can't pronounce it, sorry. Learn how DFIR can be done along Kubernetes environment using log analysis. Alright, the only thing we have now is a VM with a split screen, so that's amazing. Let's go. Deploy it, and we are literally just there. Alright. Back in the day, it was very common for companies/organizations to use a monolithic architecture when building their applications. A monolithic architecture is an application built as a single unit, a single code base, and usually a single executable deployed as a single component. For many companies, this worked and still does to this day. However, for some companies, this style of architecture was causing problems, especially when it came to scaling. The problem with monolithic applications is that if one single part of the application needs scaling, the whole application has to be scaled with it. It will make far more sense for companies with applications that receive fluctuating levels of demand across their parts to break the application down component by component and run them as their own microservices. That way, if one microservice starts to receive an increase in demand, it can be scaled up rather than the entire application. Great microservice adoption. Microservice architecture was adopted by companies like Netflix, which is a perfect example of the hypothetical company discussed above. Their need to scale up services dedicated to streaming when a new title is released, while servers dedicated to user registration, billing, etc. won't need the same scaling level, made a microservices architecture a no-brainer. As time went by, companies similar to Netflix hopped aboard the microservices express and became very widely adopted. Now, as for the hosting of these microservices, containers were chosen due to their lightweight nature. Only as you may imagine, an application of this scale can require hundreds or even thousands of containers. Suddenly, a tool was needed to organize and manage these containers. Well, you guessed it, that's exactly what Kubernetes was made for. Kubernetes is a container orchestration system. Imagine one of these microservices mentioned above earlier is running in a container, and suddenly there is an increase in traffic, and this one container can no longer handle all the requests. The solution to this problem is to have another container spawn up for this microservice and balance traffic between the two. Kubernetes takes care of the solution for you, orchestrating those containers when needed. That makes things a lot easier for everyone involved, and it's because of this, along with the widespread adoption of microservices, that Kubernetes is so ubiquitous in the digital landscape today. This popularity means that it's highly portable, as no matter what technology stack is being used, it is very unlikely a Kubernetes integration is available. This, along with the fact that it can help make an application highly available and scalable, makes Kubernetes a no-brainer. In Kubernetes, containers run in pods. These pods run on nodes, and a collection of nodes make up a cluster. It is within a cluster that Maskedy and CEO's investigation will occur today. If you're interested in learning more about Kubernetes, we have a range room on the subject. Good place would be to start with intro to Kubernetes and then Kubernetes handling. Let's check their preview. DFIR basics. Every cybersecurity professional has stumbled or will stumble upon DFIR at some point. It's an acronym. In IT, we all love all acronyms. Yes, that's true. We all love them. That stands for Digital Forensics and Incident Response. These two investigative branches of cybersecurity come into play during a cybersecurity incident. A DFIR expert will likely be called as soon as an incident is certain and will be expected to perform actions that fall into one or both of the two disciplines. First, digital forensics, like any other forensic discipline, aims to collect and analyze digital evidence of an incident. The artifacts collected from the affected systems are used to trace the chain of attack and uncover all facts that ultimately led to the incident. DFIR experts sometimes use the term post-mortem to indicate their analysis starts after the incident has occurred and is performed on already compromised systems and networks. I guess it comes from Latin. Incident response, while still relying on data analysis to investigate the incident, focuses on responsive actions such as threat containment and recovery. The incident responder will isolate the infected machines, use data collected during the analysis to identify the hole in infrastructure security and close it, and then recover the affected systems to clean previous to compromised state. Picture the incident responder as an emergency first responder whose aim is to contain the damage, extinguish the fire, and find and stabilize all the victims. On the other hand, digital forensics analyst is a crime scene investigator or detective trying to recreate the crime scene, ultimately find evidence to identify and frame the criminal. Both roles are expected to document all the things proudly. Alright, so I guess these are just explanation about masculine becoming forensics and yeah. Alright. Excruciatingly ephemeral. DFIR can be a little fun. It's easy to feel like a digital detective, analyzing the crime scene and connecting the dots to create a narrative string of events, explaining what happened. If the crime scene vanished into a thin air moments after the crime was committed. That is a problem we face regularly carrying out DFIR in Kubernetes environment. This is because, as mentioned, Kubernetes workloads run in containers. It is very common that a container will have a very short lifespan, either spun up to run a job quickly or to handle increased load, before spun back down again. In fact, this year's Cloud Native Security and Usage Report, SysDig found that 70% of containers live less than 5 minutes. So what can we do about it? Well, not to worry. It just means we have to expand our digital detectives toolkit. The key to keeping track of the ongoings in your often ephemeral workloads within your Kubernetes environment is increasing visibility. There are a few ways you can do this. One, by enabling Kubernetes audit logging and function that Kubernetes provides, allowing for requests to the API to be captured at various stages. For example, if a user makes a request to delete a prod, this request can be captured, and while the pod will be deleted and all the logs contained within it lost, the request made to delete it will be persisted in the audit logs. All requests are captured can be defined with an audit policy. We can use these audit logs to answer questions which will help us in security DFIR context. Right, such as what happened, when it happened, who initiated, to what did it happen, where it was observed, from where it was initiated to where it was going. Of course, this just scratches the surface in terms of level of visibility we can achieve in our Kubernetes environment. We can feed these audit logs, as well as events from other security-relevant sources into runtime security tools which help transform these raw events into actionable data, which can then be visualized using yet more tools. A digital detective should definitely invest in an extra large toolkit. If you want to learn more on the subject, check out Kubernetes Runtime Security Room. Yeah, by the way, hardening is just a module, and intro is to subscribe, so yeah. Following the quick crumbs. Let's start our investigation. As mentioned below, some of the log sources will disappear as their sources, like pods, are ephemeral. Let's see this in action first. On the VM, open a terminal and start K8 using the following command. And this is some software updated. Alright, nothing important, let's use it. Minikube start. And yeah, let's go. Alright, it starts. We need to wait until enabled add-ons, and kubectl is not configured to use minikube cluster and default namespace. Alright, blah blah. It will take roughly 3 minutes for the cluster to configure itself and start. You can verify the cluster is up and running using the following command: kubectl get pods -n variable. If all of the pods are up and running based on their status, you are ready to go. This will take another 2 minutes. Since we know that the web application was compromised, let's connect that pod and see if we can recover any logs. Connect the pod using the following command. Alright, so I'm gonna wait until this starts and I'm gonna meet you there. So, see you in a second. Alright, as you see here, it's up and running. So let's go back and execute kubectl get pods -n varvil. Oh yeah, I did not. Kubectl get pods -n varvil. Let's try it. Alright, it's all running. Multi-checker, not your nice, picker, nice picker, blah blah blah. Alright. If all the pods are running, have based on their status. Oh, they are all errors, so yeah, let's maybe wait until they run. And then start cluster provisioner. Yeah, let's maybe wait until they start running. Alright. They are both running. You manage to pull back off, and that's not nice because that's the one we actually need. So let's maybe. Let's wait until we see pure running as well. I'm gonna run these commands once in a while, and yeah. Let's see. We have multi-checker, not your nice. Alright, we're gonna then connect to the container and review Apache logs. Alright. Error image pool. Yay, amazing. Alright, I'm gonna get back to you short when I solve the issue. See you probably in a second. For me, I don't know. Alright, finally, after 10 restarts, it finally rounds up, so let's continue. Oh yeah, I forgot. So then we need to get the shell. kubectl exec -n varvil naughty or nice -it -bin/bash, and we should get a shell from this. This is running, so should be good. Once connected, we can review the Apache access log. Alright, so let's wait until we connect there, and maybe we can just see something. We're halfway there. Yeah. Did I type it? Or oh yeah, I see like that. I mistyped it. Should be it. Here we are. Yeah, so let's go to cat/var log Apache 2/access log. Alright. Sadly, when we see logs from the 28th of October when our attack occurred later on. Looking at the last log, however, we do see something interesting with a request being made to Shelly PHP file, so it tells us we're on the right track. Terminate your session using exit. Fortunately, masking that log source was ephemeral and set to ensure that remote backups of the log source were made. Navigate to our backup directory using cd home ubuntu dfir artifacts, where you find the access logs stored in pod apache 2 access logs. Review these logs to see what malware was apt to on the website and answer the first 3 questions to put on the task. Alright, so let's go to dfir artifacts, and we should see you have mousepad. You can use just nano pod Apache access logs. Alright, so there is. Let's go down and answer the first 3 questions it says. What was the name of the web shell that was used by a malware? Scroll down. Access TryHackMe logo. It's called Shelly.php. What file may malware read from the pod? It was db.php. What tool may malware should search for could be used to create a remote connection from the pod? Netcat. And C. Alright, that's the first task. Ctrl X to exit. And we're coming back. Here we are, I guess. Yeah, go a bit. Run the following command, docker. Alright. Sadly, our investigation hits a bit of a brick wall here. Firstly, because the pod was configured using a port forward, we don't see the actual IP that was used to connect to the instance. Also, we don't still fully understand how the web shell found its way into the pod. However, we rebooted the cluster and the web shell was present, meaning it must live within the actual image of the pod. However, itself. That means we need to investigate Docker image registry itself. To the registry container, id run the following command, docker ps registry app 8 minutes. Alright, here it is. Here's the container ID. Now let's connect to the instance to see if we have any logs. Copy this and let's maybe, yes, we're in a browser. Ctrl+Shift+C opens developer tools. And this is a Linux instance, so I need to go here. We just place it here, and we can now just Ctrl+Shift+V. Let's get here, and we now get registry. It will be this thing. Copy, paste, and enter. Again, we hit the wall since we don't have any registry logs. Luckily, Docker itself would keep the logs for us. Let's pull these logs using the following: docker logs registry 2.7 and then the container ID. Maybe just get the 8 here, and I guess we need to pull it like this. Alright, here we are. Now we have something we can use. These logs have been pulled for you and are stored in Ubuntu. Good to know. Let's start by seeing all different connections that were made to the registry by searching for head HTTP request code and restrict it down only the first item, which is the IP address. We use grep to get and cut. Alright. Yes, again. Let's go back. If I recall correctly, there was an IP there somewhere. F 127.120.110.2555. Alright. Can I scroll down? Because if I recall correctly, well, the AP couldn't do it. Docker was unexpected. I guess it's this one, so let's go with this 10.10.130.253. Now we have about first connection, malicious image pushed. What's the value stored in pull cred? Secret. Alright. So we go back up. Let's scroll back up, and we're almost there. Here we can see that most of the connections to our registry was made from an expected IP of one of this. However, we can see the connection was also made by this IP, which is not an IP known to us. Let's find out the requests made by this IP. Alright, pretty much, actually, the answer for the task is literally in the task itself, so you don't really need to write all of this. Close this and paste here. Alright. Now we're getting somewhere. If we review the first few requests, we can see that several authentication attempts were made. We can also see that the request to read the manifest from the wish list web image succeeded, as the HTTP status code of 200 is returned in this log entry. Wishlist to web manifests. Alright, this is some base 64 data, I guess. But also notice that user agent of the request is Docker, meaning the request was made through Docker CLI to pull the image. This is confirmed as we see several requests to download the image. From this, we learn several things. The CL application was used to connect the registry. Connection came from this, which is unexpected since we only upload images from this IP. The client was authenticated, which allowed to make the image to be polluted. This means that whoever made the request had access to credentials. If they had the access to credentials to put an image, the same credentials might have allowed them to also push a new image. We can verify this by narrowing our search to any methods. The patch method is used to update document images in a registry. Alright, so we're gonna copy this thing as well. And there are also, so here's the to update Docker images. Alright, this was the connection, the first connection made Docker registry. Was malicious be pushed? Alright, so I guess it's gonna be either this thing or this thing. Let's copy. No, not here. 28 was this, maybe this one. Not this one as well. First connection made to this IP from the Docker registry. Here we go. Where the hell did we stop? This is the uploads, and do we have here something more like the first time connected? I guess it will be here, which is this one. Let's say 402 and copy down and paste it here to Docker registry. Speed web manifest. There are too many of this data. Maybe we can read through the whole task and we're gonna learn something more. Or maybe it's just this one. Alright, last try. Copy. And paste. Not this one. I wanted this one. Some git commit, and this is for like the actual blobs. So I guess this is for the Docker registry. Still not? Then I don't know, let's scroll back up and maybe we can figure something out. Okay, so it looks like the attack happened via authenticated Docker registry push. Now it's time to turn on Kubernetes environment and determine how this was possible. MaxKey was made aware that Mayor malware was given user access to a naughty or nice Kubernetes environment, but was assured by the DevSecOps team won't have sufficient permissions to view secrets, etc. First thing we should do is make sure this is the case. To do this, MaxKey decides to check what role was assigned to Mayor. She checks their role bindings. So let's see, kubectl get role bindings -n where rel. Bindings. Mayor is Mayor user. MaxKey sees a role binding name after Mayor malware decides to take a closer look. Alright. Have Mayor labels. There's no role kind role subjects to the Mayor malware. From the output, we could see that there is a role Mayor user is bound to user Mayor malware. MaxKey then checked this role to see permissions it has and therefore what Mayor malware had. We could execute create getlist describe, getlist describe, getlist watch. The output tells MaxKey something very important. All the permissions listed here are as you would expect for a non-admin user in Kubernetes environments. All of those except the permissions associated with pods/exec. exec allows users to shell into containers running within a pod. This gives Muscadine an idea what mirror malware might have done. To confirm her suspicions, she checks the audit logs for mirror malware's activity. Let's check these as well. As I see, it works like a charm. Resource pods, do we have? This returns a lot of logs. Let's go for the next case. Starts to form the attack pattern taken by mirror malware. Get secrets, always fair. What do we have here? Plenty of stuff. That's the thing we have in our terminal. This log snippet tells us that mirror malware attempted to get the secret stored on the cluster but received a 403 response as he didn't have sufficient permission to do so. Note, a get command runs on the list on the back. This what appears in the logs. Alright. Then we can get roles, which is name resource, metadata. Alright. After being denied access, secret mirror then started snooping to see what roles were present on the cluster. Whilst running the previous get roles command, mirror malware had found a job named job runner. These logs tell us that mirror malware then described this role, which would have given him key pieces of information regarding the role. Most importantly, for investigation, we have told him that a role has secret read access. Now, knowing that role can view secrets, mirror malware tried to find its role binding to see what was using this role. Follow that here. System, user agent, Kuber. That were job binder running. Here it is. After seeing a role being named job runner binding, mirror malware described it and found this role is bound to a service account named job runner SA. Service account has permission to view secrets. Here we can see that mirror malware, now armed with knowledge that the service account has the permissions he needs, lists all the pods running in the variable namespace with a kubectl get pods command. Response complete. Alright. Then describe the pod. Mirror malware describes the pod as a morality checker. He would have found out this pod runs with the job runner as a service account attached, meaning if we were able to gain access to this pod, we would be able to gain secret read access. As mentioned in the role discussion, executive's permission usually not included in the non-admin role. It is for the exact reason that this case, Maxcave was confident that DevSecOps had overly permissive role-based access control in place at the Kubernetes environment, and it was this that allowed mirror malware to run exec command, as captured by logs above, and gain share access into morality check. To confirm his suspicions, Maxkey runs the following commands to retrieve audit logs captured from job runner SA accounts. Here we see a few commands begin to run. You can see mirror malware is able now to run get to list them, but most importantly, we can see has indeed been able to escalate his privileges and gain access to the pull credit secret using the job runner SA service account. Final piece of puzzle is a secret. Finally, she runs the commands and the attack path is confirmed. Shaking her head, Maxkey then confirms the Docker registry pull password is the same as the push password. This means that retrieving these credentials, mirror malware would have been able to make Docker registry push we saw earlier and ensure the merge web shell has been deployed into the Kubernetes environment and gain persistence. This is for the reason that push and pull credentials should always be different. With that, the investigation is all tied up. Reason being that mirror malware most certainly belongs on the naughty list. So we can get the. I guess this is the value. It's gonna get us the value stored in the pull credit secret. At least I really hope so. Yeah. Mr. Naughty. Alright, so this is JSON data path. We need to copy all of this. Mr. Nice password, Mr. Naughty off. Alright. Now it is 2. What time is the first connection made from this IP to Docker registry? So let's go back up and maybe we can find it in the Apache access log. Or yeah, this would probably Docker, because we're running a Docker, so it'll probably be in the Docker. But let's see it anyways. Not this one. Was that? Yeah, that's the access log that was there. We need to use the pod Apache access log. Pod Apache access log. Let's go back up until we see we get to access to the pod. This is for the Kubernetes and not really the Docker, but let's try it again. Anyways. Correct. All right. So now let's maybe just see the whole cat Docker registry logs. Grep the AP was 10.10.132.53. When we go back up, it is here that there's the first request. And let's hope it finally is this one. What's the file format? Oh, I need to add this plus 000. It's 29 October. Really? I'm just too tired of solving this. Resolving all the issues got me so tired I didn't spot the simple thing. So remember, look at the data format, always. Malicious was pushed. What was the push indicator? Let's go back up. It's the audit, all binding. Patch is used. Alright, so let's just grab patch, and it was pushed, the malicious one. Right, let's grab patch. Yeah, and also grab 10.10.132.53, and this will be probably the one we are looking for. Luckily it got just 2 entries, so it won't be too hard. And yeah, finally, after an hour and a half of fighting it, it's finally done. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the little walkthrough and didn't mind me suffering well. If you like what I'm doing here, leave a like, subscribe, check out our videos, and yeah, see you tomorrow with the almost last day of AOS 2024. Cheers!